So you wake up with a throbbing headache. What do? Pop some painkillers, get a cup of water, and maybe go back to sleep. But what if you wake up with the same headache and it gets worse? Now you can't turn on the lights, can't stand any sound, and can't even have the strength to get up to get a cup of coffee or your painkillers. And this goes on for days, then weeks, then months. When do you stop the cycle and see a doctor?
At first I just thought it was a normal headache. Once when I fainted, then I went to A&E. Then I realized that it's not just a headache.
This is Mei Fei, and she has been a migraine patient for 9 years.
It's just like a very bad headache that doesn't go away as fast as if I, normal headaches where I take Panadol and then it goes. So I was getting it probably like once a month. I did further investigation with the neurologist, and then they suspected it could be like a migraine.
Migraine. It's not a very simple word. I've only heard of it when I was 14 or 15 and had a really bad headache. Whenever I asked around, everyone always told me that a migraine is just a worse headache. But what exactly is it?
Migraines come from the Greek word hemicrania, which means half head. Migraine is diagnosed based on fixed criteria by an organization called the International Headache Society. Okay, so there is really such a thing. So you must have 2 out of 4 of the following. A headache that is one-sided, moderate to severe in intensity, is throbbing with the pulse, and that worsens when you are exerting yourself physically. Then also, migraine will present with either or nausea and vomiting or increased sensitivity to light and sound. Patients may have something called an aura. These auras commonly involve visual disturbances, or weakness and numbness of one side of the body, or spinning dizziness. So migraine patients often wish to lie down during an attack.
In school, I often take MCs and I would have to skip classes and just staying in bed the whole day. So when I first started working, actually, I think it got worse. I think looking at, on hindsight, it's probably also because of stress lah. Also, it contributes to, how bad the migraine can get. I think when I first started working, when my colleagues and my managers didn't really understand, it was also a bit hard to share with them what this migraine really is and how it really affects me. I feel like they know maybe I'm trying to choking or something like that lah. So then it became a lot of self-blaming, and I think, I don't know whether the right word to use it, but it felt a bit depressing. That is it just me?
So common mental conditions that we see in people who suffer from migraine headache include depression, anxiety, stress, and insomnia. Because the occurrence of migraine headache is unpredictable, so the person becomes very anxious when the next migraine headache will occur. As migraine headache is an internal issue which only experienced by the patients, so it's very important for the people surrounding them, including their friends, family members, and colleagues, to support them. One of the ways to support people with migraine headache is to acknowledge their internal suffering. Now, the other thing is people surrounding them can help them to adopt a more healthy lifestyle. Finally, people who actually live with patients with some migraine headache can encourage them to seek medical help.
Yeah, so I think the reason why my manager also set me down was also because I was taking a bit too many MCs. So I think he wanted to understand, and I think I was very blessed that he didn't just jump into conclusion. And then I think he realized that one of his family friends or relative also had it. So he recommended his own TCM to me lah. So I felt supported when he mentioned this solution to me.
You must be treated. The treatment is not so much to save your life, but it's important to improve the quality and comfort of life.
So treatments for migraine can be usefully divided into 2 big categories. In one category are medicines that stop the pain of the headaches when the pain has come. In another category would be medicines that work to prevent headaches. So the first category would be something like a fire extinguisher strategy. So as with fires, you want to intervene very quickly when the fire is small. You should not wait until the fire is big before you try to treat it.
To prevent migraine, we need to understand some of the more common triggers, such as stress, lack of sleep or too much, exposure to light, sound, heat and smells, your period, exercise, and alcohol.
So we have to distinguish causes of migraine from triggers for migraine. So causes of migraine are basically genetic causes. So most commonly then you'll have a lady, because women are twice as likely as men to have migraines.
So after I got the medications from the neurologist, and then I was taking it for quite a while, the symptoms did get better, and I was able to manage it better also. Because last time I very like chiong like I want to just do everything, you know. But then after that migraine episodes happened like so much, and doctor said like stress, you know, I think it's time to slow down. So I will try my best to like put in pockets of like rest time in between. So that's how I try to manage my lifestyle better now lah.
While migraines are not life-threatening, it's important to treat them as it can be potentially disabling. As with any other invisible condition, it is important for us as a society to understand and acknowledge these conditions, as a huge part of the treatment is support from us.